Hello guys, this is the Black Dragon Knight, and I'm back with another Wi-Fi battle just for you guys. This time it's with somebody named LanceTheTranier. He's another cool YouTuber. You might know him. He's actually pretty good, pretty famous. You should go check it out. His channel will be down in the description. Sorry. So I had this battle 2 days ago or yesterday. I don't remember. I hooked it up on Twitter. And I just asked him if he wanted to battle, and he said yes. So we went for a battle at the first time, and I actually set the restrictions to 100 level to no restrictions on accident. So we had to remake this battle, which I'm going to show you guys right now. So on my side of the team, I have a Swampert, have a Scizor, which is Shiny Mega Scizor. I have a Electivire, I have Crobat, and I have Volcarona and Conkeldurr. On his side, he has a Mega Venusaur, a Togekiss, a Scrafty, a Victini, a Landorus, and a Rotom. So let's get this battle started right now. So I predicted him to go out to his Victini first. I have no idea why. So I sent out my Swampert to wall his Victini. So he went out to his Rotom, actually, and he Will-O-Wisp me. I got burned, and I set out my Stout Rocks just to get damage on every single one of his Pokemon, and just to be sure if somebody has like Stout Focus Sash or something. And he actually withdraws his Rotom right now, and he goes out to his Landorus. Sorry. I used Toxic because I thought that he was actually going to stay, and I thought that Rotom was a Resto Chesto set, like Chesto Berry, and he has Rest, so the Chesto Berry wakes him up, and since he's poisoned, he can't use Rest. So yeah, I poisoned the Landorus, and now I go for a Waterfall. He goes for Stout Rocks. I keep forgetting I'm slow. I should say the first move first. He sets off his Stout Rocks. I go off for my Waterfall right now, and it barely did anything to that Landorus. I was really surprised. His Landorus is a ground type, and I mean, water type attacks should do pretty massive amount of damage on ground types. He withdraws his Landorus, goes out to his Venusaur right here. I didn't predict that, really sadly. And I go out, I use another Waterfall, thinking he was going to stay in. That barely scratches the surface on Venusaur, and that actually made me mad, because I thought he was going to stay on his Landorus. So I switch out my Swampert to go out to my Shiny Mega Scizor, named Slap Chop. He actually Leech Seeds me, I think, right after this, after the Mega Evolution. Yeah, he used Leech Seed, sorry, and that was kind of obvious since Venusaur, like all Venusaur sets have a Leech Seed. I should have seen that coming, but anyways, I Mega Evolve right here, and he goes for Synthesis. Thinking that my I'm pretty sure he was thinking that my Mega Scizor was faster than his Mega Venusaur. So after all the damage that I would do, he would restore all his health. So I go for a Swords Dance, and just to get my attack up. Just so you know, guys, my Mega Scizor doesn't have any investments in speed. It only has 4 in special defense, 252 in HP, and 252 in attack. So he switched out to his Victini, and thinking I was going to attack, but I actually used Roost to get all that HP that I lost because of the rocks and the Leech Seed back. I used some more HP because of the Leech Seed. I switch out my Mega Scizor to go out to my Swampert, which actually walls the Victini. Victini cannot do anything to Mega Swampert, except maybe this, V-Create, which actually does humongous amount of damage, considering Swampert is a ground type and water type. Pretty sure this Victini is a Choice Banded one. Victini, his stats go down, like special defense, defense, and speed go down. He withdraws his Victini knowing that my Swampert walls him and goes out to his Venusaur. Mega Venusaur. Shiny Mega Venusaur. So, I used Toxic thinking that his Victini was going to stay in, but he actually switched out to his Mega Venusaur, obviously, and I die from the burn. So I go to my Mega Scizor, and I start, I thought he was going to stay in, so I go for a Swords Dance. But he actually withdraws and goes back to his Victini. You see all these plays, guys? These are like beginner plays. Like, how did I not think of this? Like, this is so obvious. Why? I can't believe I did that in that battle, actually. So I go out for a Swords Dance. I switch out my Mega Scizor to go out to my Conkeldurr. Because right before this turn, I actually went to look at all the defensive stats in my Pokemon just to see like who can take a hit better, a physical hit better, and he was actually the highest right after Swampert since Swampert died. So yeah, this is a Guts Conkeldurr, which has the Flame Orb. So he goes for a second Bull Strike on my Conkeldurr, and I eat it up. And I go for a knockoff since Victini is a Psychic Fire type. This overkills it. Overkill. You have no idea how Conkeldurr is powerful. I get hurt by my burn. So he goes out to his Mega Venusaur. And I go for a... He leeches me. So my Conkeldurr's slower than his Mega Venusaur. Sorry, I just keep getting ahead of myself. I go for a Drain Punch, thinking it would do, like... okay amount of damage, but it actually doesn't. I get leechy damage. He gets more health. My health goes down. I get hurt by my burn, and I'm at 6 HP, guys. I go for a Mach Punch just to get damage up because I know I'm gonna die. This is so obvious, and I know I'm slower because of the last turn. He goes for Synthesis. So my Mach Punch barely did matter at all because he went for Synthesis. And he gets leechy damage, so I obviously just die right here. That's really sad. I actually really love Conkeldurr. He's so powerful. So I send out my Volcarona, which takes half the health of those Stout Rocks. He switches out his Mega Venusaur and goes out to Togekiss. I went for a Heat Wave, a Bug Buzz, sorry. And it barely does anything to this Togekiss because Togekiss is Flying type and Fairy type would resist Bug. And I lose some HP because this Volcarona is Life Orbed, obviously. So I go out to my Crobat, which is a Poison Flying type, since fairies are weak to Poison types. He goes for Nasty Plot just to get his special attack up. I get HP back from the Black Sludge. He gets HP back from his leftovers. So I go for Defog just to get all those Stout Rocks off. Unfortunately, it gets my Stout Rocks from his side of the field off too. He uses an Air Slash, which does pretty good damage on my Crobat, actually. It does more than I actually expected right here. Knowing that my Crobat is going to die if I don't use this, I go for Brave Bird to get some actually pretty good damage off this Togekiss. Unfortunately, it did not die. Because this Togekiss is a real problem right now. So I go out to my Slapshot since it is a Steel type. He goes out for his Landorus, and I really didn't predict that. I just didn't think that Landorus was still alive, so I go for a Bullet Punch, thinking he was going to stay in. another Boulder Punch, thinking that it's gonna do enough damage, and actually it doesn't. It lives with like 2 HP. So it goes for Earthquake, and since my Mega Scizor has investments in its HP, it eats it up, and he dies from the poison. So he goes out his Rotom, which was not predictable either, and he goes for a Will-O-Wisp. I get burned. I used a Roost just to get all that HP back. I get burned, obviously, from the Will-O-Wisp. I get damage from the burn. He goes for a Hydro Pump. Why would you go for a Hydro Pump on a Scizor? I go for a Swords Dance right here, just to get all that attack stat back up from the burn. So now it's neutral. I go for a Bullet Punch just because I know that this Rotom is actually faster than me, and it barely does any damage, which I really didn't think it was gonna do. And he has Rocky Helmet, so my thought on the Chesto Berry set that was really off, and he just goes for a Hydro Pump and just completely overkills my Scizor. It has like I go out to my Electivire and I use a Thunder Punch just to get some damage off of that Rotom, and it actually does a respectable amount of damage. He Will-O-Wisp me, so my attack stat goes back down, which is unfortunate since my Electivire is a physical attacker. He withdraws his Rotom, goes out to his Venusaur, which he thought would wall my my Electivire. Not predicting that, I go for a Thunder Punch. So now I go for an Ice Punch. Obviously, since Venusaur is a Grass type, and I forgot that Mega Venusaur had Thick Fat, which reduced the damage of Ice type and Fire type moves on it. He goes for a Leech Seed. He gets it off. He gets some Leech Seed damage on me. I get some health back. I get some Leech Seed damage and some burn damage, which lowers my Electivire's HP down to 53 HP. I go for a Cross Chop, thinking it was going to do some respectable amount of damage, and it barely does anything. He goes for an Energy Ball. It literally kills my Electivire. So I go out to my Volcarona, and right here I should have predicted the Rotom switch. I don't know why. Like, if I was him, I would have switched out to Rotom, because since Volcarona is a Fire type, obviously it's gonna go for Heat Wave. So I go for Heat Wave, and he goes for Leech Seed just to get some Leech Seed damage every single turn, get his health back, and lower mine. He withdraws his Venusaur and goes out to his Crafty. Just, I guess, wall my Volcarona for some reason. I go out to my Giga Drain, and this is why I wanted him to go out to his Rotom. I thought he was going to go out to his Rotom, sorry, but he actually went out to his Crafty. I get Leechy damage off, Scrafty gets more health, which is really unfortunate since my Volcarona only has 18 HP. So I go for a Bug Buzz, which is probably going to overkill his Scrafty. Yes. What? Oh yeah, it lives with like 2 HP, just like the other, just like that Landorus. And I get the Flame Body off on his Ice Punch on my Volcarona. I get the Flame Body. So now Scrafty's burned, and he's probably gonna die. Yes, he fainted. Scrafty fainted. KO. So I lost against Lance, just like I said in my Egglog video. You should probably go check that out too. I got completely wrecked. I got 1, 2, 3. I got 3-0'd. So yeah, that was a great battle. You should go subscribe to LanceTheTranier. He's a really good PokeTuber. He makes Let's Plays, and he plays Showdown, and he makes Let's Plays. Yeah. So yeah, leave a like if you enjoyed, comment, subscribe, and yeah, I'm out. Bye guys.